And that is why you do not mess with Doug. Oh, shizer. Need to bury that snake body.
Yeah. It's fresh in me mind.
Horrible time for a birthday.
Wayne.
I don't know the word. Hey! Whoa, what are you doing on my drive? Why are you there?
Hey, I'm sleeping here.
Welcome to episode 2 of What's the Plot podcast. Now, in future episodes, we're no longer going to do episode numbers.
Okay.
They don't need to hear that.
No.
I hate these podcasts that also do the introductions with every episode. My name is Cameron. This is my host, co-host, Hannah. Don't like it. I think we should just keep it, jump right in. Hey guys, how's your week been, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Alright, so, how's your week been? Did you watch the last episode? Oh, wasn't that stunning? ABBA? Who knew? Right?
Right.
Whoa, Eurovision, how good was that? Oh, real good.
Real good. Very proud of May Muller.
Yeah, so good. Winning it. What? She won. Just, this is recorded prior to... Prior? Who's prior?
Prior.
Prior to Eurovision, so...
Positive vibes, though.
Can't believe we won. Where are we hosting it this year? We've already... Twice in a row. Well, we didn't win last time, but we're hosting it twice in a row.
Hopefully they'll do it in Manchester.
Yeah,
No, if we host it again, they'll do it somewhere down south because they've done a northern one.
Now we need to do a backup in case we lose. No points. Are you kidding me?
Nil points?
What?
But she wishes she didn't write a song.
Just as... But this is not Eurovision episode.
No.
For all those listening in on Spotify, Audible, Amazon Music, if anyone
Possibly
still
Apple
listens
Music.
there, possibly Apple Music, if we can get it up there, we're going to explain what we're wearing. For all of you who are watching this on YouTube, you don't need the explanation because you can see us, but you probably want to know anyway. But you probably
Might not.
don't. Nobody cares.
You might be listening to the podcast on YouTube because you're a...
YouTube Music.
You can't... You're blind.
Yeah. Or YouTube Music.
Or YouTube Music.
Well, I'm wearing the exact same thing I was last time. Two-tone tracksuit with the smiley face and the twizzled togs. Hannah, take it away.
Well, for those of you that watched last week, you'll know that I was jeans and a jumper. Still very cash. Very cash. But I was very jealous of Cameron in his tracksuit. So I am now wearing a tracksuit. It's blue. Like a baby blue, I would say.
Yeah.
Like a bluey purple.
No, just blue.
If I had the nails that I had before these ones, it would look like I'd planned my nails with my tracksuit. I hadn't. Yeah, I just got very jealous.
Sky blue.
Guess that's the thing about me, is I get FOMO at anything, including tracksuits, apparently.
And it's meant to be casual. This is what the whole podcast is about, is casual stories told in a casual manner by two people who are very casual. We don't have all the facts.
No.
We don't necessarily sound like Morgan Freeman reading these stories.
No.
But what we do have is we have ambition, we have passion, and we have the elbow grease. And you know what? There are people out there who will want to listen to us week in and week out, which is why these episodes have to come out every Sunday at whatever time we put them out.
We also have Manc accents.
Yeah.
His more. I'm not a born and bred Manc.
No.
Bred and born.
Bred and born. Mancunian.
But I have a twang.
You have twang now? Yeah.
I have
Been here
a
long
twang.
enough to have twang?
10 years almost.
Well, we'll see. As always, if you want to leave some feedback, head to the YouTube to comment below. Are you hearing Southern or Northern? Take it away with a good old sentence.
Wow, I have no idea what to say.
I'm going to go to the pub tonight, probably. You know, sun's kind of out, might rain, but I'm going to go to a beer garden, get myself a pint of lager, maybe even a packet of crisps, because hey-ho, it is a Saturday.
I'm going to go to the pub.
Don't put on one.
I'm going to go to the pub tonight. The sun's kind of out. Might rain, might not. We'll sit in the beer garden. I'm going to have a pint of undisclosed beer because I don't have any sponsorships yet. I'm going to have a really nice time at the pub.
See,
at the pub.
People listening are not going to know the difference. They're just going to think I'm throwing my voice like I'm a bloody puppeteer. But that's what we're going to be drinking later. What we're drinking today, still got more of the Lebanese wine. I don't know where I put the bottle.
Oh,
Where is it?
no.
Where's the Lebanese wine?
Definitely just sounds like you're having a wee. Gross. You suddenly turn it into a kink.
Well,
Kink cast.
if you ever tasted this Lebanese wine, you would. Cheers.
Cheers.
Episode 2. I've got a short story today, and I'll tell you why I got a short story. I'll tell you, Hannah, and I'll tell the lovely person watching. And I think today, because last episode I said we're a 3-person thing, we're a little threesome. Me and you.
Turn it kink again.
Me and you telling these stories. Your humble self listening it in on the stories. I don't want you to be a fly on the wall. I want you to be part of it. I want you to be part of this triangle of love we've got going on.
So sorry, it's got attacked by a plant.
We need to give him a nickname.
The plotters?
The plotters? Me, you, and Plotter. Plotter. What am I getting at? What did I start saying before this?
You wanted to get him involved.
Yes. So the whole
thing, yes!
The whole thing is that I tell a story one week, you tell a story another. We're changing it. You don't know the story I'm telling.
No.
Once again, I'm doing that thing I don't like. We have an introduction episode. Plotter knows this, you know this. One of us tells a story, the other 2 do not know. You and Plotter. And we changed that weeklet. Except for you, Plotter, you get the week off. But we do like if you send us a story and then we'll tell it on your behalf.
Yeah.
However, you have not brought a story.
Not yet.
So I'm doing another story.
Yeah.
Today's story is a shorter story. I've had to get it within like the space of 20 minutes. But it's a good story. It is true crime, which we said we would not do on this podcast because we're not another murder, demotivating, spooky podcast.
No.
We're uplifting, we're motivational, and even though we have some parts of the stories which may be a little bit hard to handle for people, we always end on a good motivation, bing.
Yeah.
But all I could get was a true crime one. But it does have a good ending. It does. So bear with me. You're not going to feel like you're going to have to lock your doors. I mean, do lock your doors.
Yes, safety is paramount.
Safety, yes. Oh, nice word.
Thank you. I've read a dictionary.
But don't be scared, is what I'm saying. Today's story, are you ready?
I'm ready.
But before that, also important story, you need to know if you want to stick around. And how do we know that? We know that from the plot. So what do we need? We need a jingle.
What's the plot?
What is it?
What's the plot?
Oh, tell me
What's
then.
the plot? What's the
come
plot?
on, tell me.
What's the plot?
Oh, I need to
What's
know
the
that.
plot?
Right.
What's
You're
the
having a
plot?
laugh. Stop
What's
now.
the plot? What's the plot? What's the plot?
Today's plot is a story of a man and his wife, a criminal, a overcoming of criminal activities, and see, I've not prepared for this one, so the plot's about crime.
Okay.
I'm a jump in. I do have notes that I can refer to if need be, but
Very nice.
in my pocket, I'm going to see if I can get along without them.
Okay.
Tell you the story because it's fresh in my mind. I've got it.
You've never sounded so mad. It's fresh in me mind.
So, I actually found this story on a YouTube channel, some YouTuber called Mick Ballin or something, or Mr. Ballin. Mr. Ballin.
Okay.
So, credit where credit is due.
Yeah, of course.
He's not the protagonist, but he did retell the story. And I thought so.
But yeah, let's not give credit to a criminal.
No, let's not. Anyway, 1986. Somewhere, let's assume America, because it always is. Middle-aged man, probably, in America. His name is Doug. He's travelling home. We don't know where he's travelling home from, but let's assume for the sake of the story, it's a local Italian restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, with his wife.
I thought you were going to say like work or something, but...
No, because he's with his wife.
Could work near each other.
They don't. It's later on, it's night time. They get there, they see just off on their street a motorhome type of van, and they're like, well, that's a bit strange because it's a tight knit neighbourhood. Like, we've never seen that before. How peculiar! How weird. So Doug goes to investigate. He goes over to he's looking in, he's peeking in the doors. He sees a man in there just asleep. There's that, you know what, probably driving through, passing through, whatever. He had to pull over, too tired. It's late at night. So he goes in his house with his wife, they get ready for bed. He hears something. So he comes downstairs and he opens his front door.
I mean, number one, don't.
Oh yes, if you're in a good neighbourhood, you want to look out for your neighbours.
But I mean, I'm aware this is true and not like a film, but you know, in films when people hear a noise and they go downstairs and open the door, and you're like, "Why are you opening the door?"
Well, that's what do you do when the postman knocks on?
Yeah, it's a postman, isn't it?
Postman, innit?
You know what I mean. Plotters.
Plots. Whoa. Okay. So he opens his door.
Uh-huh.
Doug opens the door. He sees standing in his drive the man from the motorhome.
Whoa.
And he's like, whoa, what's good? So he starts yelling over to him. So he's like, hey, whoa, what are you doing on my drive? Why are you there?
Hey, I'm sleeping here.
And the man goes, whoa, whoa, I mean no harm. Holds his hands up. I mean no harm. Let me tell you my story. My name is Wayne. I work with your missus. Right? This is what he's saying. He said, I'm passing through the neighbourhood early on today, and what I see is people peeking through your window. I see criminals. So what I've done is I pulled over to look over it because I noticed no one was in the house. I noticed your wife wasn't in the house, you're not in the house, so I thought I'd pull over. So Doug's like, oh, wow, thanks for telling me, man. He's like, yeah, I fell asleep, so I didn't see you come back, but I've just woke up and I saw your bedroom light was on, so I thought I'll come knock on and here you come, barging on out. So he's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. And then he's like, well, there might still be around, I didn't know, because I don't have any flashlights in my motorhome or whatever. And then Doug's saying, well, we got some flashlights in the house. Do you want to come in?
I'm sceptical of Wayne.
You're sceptical of Wayne?
I am sceptical of Wayne. I had an ex-boyfriend at primary school.
Called Wayne?
Called Wayne.
Did he have a motorhome?
No, but fun fact. Also, Wayne, if you're listening, I'm sorry if you don't want this out there. His birthday is Christmas Day.
Horrible time for a birthday.
Wayne.
Is that what you used to say to him?
Wayne. I don't know, I was 6. Anyway, it was a fleeting romance.
Oh.
Did put a rose on my peg
for
Valentine's Day once.
A real rose?
Yeah.
That's expensive.
I think he stole it from his mum's Valentine's bouquet.
Well. So it could have been the same Wayne.
Could have
Criminal
been.
activities, they always say, look at the
Well, I
childhood,
don't know
look
if
at the
Wayne is a
childhood.
criminal yet.
We started it, didn't we? Well, you will do. Because we're going into chapter 2.
Oh, chapter 2.
Doug and Wayne walk into the house. As soon as they enter the house, Wayne lifts aside his jacket, pulls out a metal bar, probably a crowbar. He smacks Doug across the back of the head, cracks Doug's head wide open,
Ooh.
blood flying out. Doug turns around, he's like, what's going on? Wayne smashes him in the face, starts beating him, just smacking him about with this crowbar. You've got a question? Go ahead.
Where's his wife during all of this?
She's upstairs.
Asleep.
Well, she was asleep. She's woke up now.
I was going to say, is she not
cracked in?
She not like, what's going on? It sounds like my dog's getting his head cracked in with a crowbar by our Wayne.
Well, she does. So she comes to the top of the stairs. She's like, what's all this commotion?
Yeah.
And then she sees her husband, Doug, on the floor covered in blood.
Was it an owl?
No, it was not an owl. But that's another story. That's another plot for another day. Wayne, smashing him about, kicking him in the face, beating him up. He sees Doug's wife, top of the stairs, pulls out a pistol that he's been smuggling as well, must have been a big jacket, points out at her. He says, you better tie up your limp husband right about now. Come downstairs.
Tie up your limp husband.
So she comes downstairs, they tie up Doug, and then he's like, right, back upstairs you come. And he goes upstairs with the missus.
Uh-oh.
Right. Takes her to the bedroom, ties her up. And then he's like, I don't trust the job she did, tying up Doug. So I'm going to return back downstairs. Doug's still there, covered in blood, puddle of blood.
Is Doug alive?
Well, you see, it's like...
He's in the in-between.
He's in the in-between.
Okay.
So he grabs him by the legs, pulls Doug down into the basement, ties him to a metal pole that's in the basement. Must be like one of those, I don't know, wall bearing. Maybe a pipe. Gas pipe or
Could
something.
be anything.
Whatever. Anyway, but he's walking away to go back upstairs to the missus. And he's thinking to himself, this Doug's really letting off a groan. Can't be doing with that. So once again, he's smuggling all kinds of weapons on his person.
I'd love to know how large his jacket was.
Must have been pretty large.
Yeah.
Pulls out a knife and says, you know what? It's been fun. See you later, Doug. Stabs Doug. Right, 2 hands on the knife. Right through Doug's chest.
Oh.
Punches him. pulls it out, and he's like, "So long, Doug."
R.I.P. Doug.
Doug in his own basement, dead. Head cracked open, blood dripping down, chest just been stabbed, so you got blood coming out both ways. It's not a good look for Doug.
No, it's not looking good.
He goes back upstairs, doesn't he? Goes
The
back
wife.
upstairs to the wife. Now, here's the thing. Doug is still alive,
No.
even after such a stabbing. And he wriggles out. He's been tied up twice. And he wriggles himself
How
out.
strong is Doug?
I don't know.
Wow.
But he wriggles himself out. And it's just his luck that he has a rifle in his basement. Because Doug...
Because it's America.
Because it's America.
No offence, America.
Guns in.
You do
Doug's
need to sort
area.
out your guns, though.
They do. But, well, Doug's a gunsmith. So he does it for a living. Right? Oh, I didn't even mention Wayne and his wife. No, Wayne and Doug's wife work at the furniture shop.
Uh-huh.
So, you said maybe they work close to home. Doug can work from home.
You've said that Wayne works with his wife, with Doug's wife.
But they're in like a furniture, shop of
okay.
some sort. So Doug
Wriggles
grabs
out.
this rifle. But he's a gunsmith, so it's not like loaded loads of bullets or anything. He's got one bullet.
Ooh.
He puts the one bullet in, and he goes up the stairs from the basement, points his gun up, starts going up the stairs
Imagine
in the
he's
house.
going up quite slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His head's been smashed in.
And he's been stabbed in the chest.
He's been stabbed in the chest.
Yeah.
And he's somehow managed to wriggle out of these.
Be more Doug.
Be more Doug. He goes up the stairs. He can hear all this commotion going on. He's got his gun pointed. He's walking up the stairs, and he can hear footsteps. So he knows Wayne's about. So he waits just near the top of the stairs until Wayne comes past. As soon as Wayne comes past, he shoots him one time. Doug shoots Wayne. Wayne falls back. He's got no more bullets. So he flips the gun round, starts using it as a bat, goes over, starts beating on Wayne.
Getting on our Wayne. Yeah.
Yep, smashing him up somehow. Don't know where he's got his energy from. Believe they call it adrenaline.
I think that is the word, yeah.
So he's now smashing the lights out of Wayne. Wayne has this pistol though, doesn't he? So he pulls out the gun and starts shooting at Doug again. Doug gets shot in the leg. So now he's been smashed in the head with a bar.
Stabbed in the chest with a knife.
And shot in the leg.
By
And
a pistol.
He's still, even as Wayne's there shooting him, following him along with his rifle, like a bat, just swinging it in any other.
So Wayne got back up, because the last we heard was Wayne fell down.
Yeah. He got shot probably in the side or something. It's
And
not
then he got
stipulated.
up. Okay.
Then he got up. Well, he pulled his gun out.
Yeah.
Shoots him.
Yep.
But even though he's shooting Wayne, it's not stopping him. I mean, even though he's shooting Doug, it's not stopping him.
Wow. That's what you do for the ones you love.
Right. Then he pulls the pistol out of Wayne's hand. Shoots Wayne in the head. Kills Wayne.
Oh, wow.
Yep. The police would later arrive, and both the wife and Doug would make a full recovery. Hence the happy ending to this story. Even being smashed in the head, stabbed in the chest, and shot in the leg, and multiple other shooting wounds that had probably occurred during this. He made a full recovery, and it turned out that yes, Wayne did work with his wife, but Wayne was also linked to like 6 murders back in like the early 80s. Wayne was a serial killer.
Wow.
However, none of these, he was linked to all the murders. It's pretty obvious he was the serial killer, but you can't prove it because he didn't confess, because he died. And that is why you do not mess with Doug.
You do not mess with Doug.
And that's today's story. Short, sweet, a bit scary. Lock your doors.
A little bit.
But also ending on a good note. Don't mess with Doug.
Don't mess with the Doug.
Do not mess with the Doug. Daddy
It's a
Doug.
good story.
A good story, right?
Yeah.
Came up with that. Like that. Well, I didn't come up with it. It's a true story. Yawning again.
Yeah, I'm a yawner.
One day I'll get a story that does not make you yawn. And that's when I know. That's when I know we've made
I
it.
yawn at the very end. It's because my brain's been so tuned into the story that the story ends and I'm like, whoa, what a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, well, viewer stories. Viewer story time. I said viewer stories. What have you done this week? I said viewer stories. Embarrassing. Other words for stories. Give me some words. What it could be. Terrifying. Motivational.
Can I just say, he never actually let me speak.
Oh.
Just came out with them. It's fine.
I could tell by the look in your eyes. You're like, words? I don't know any words.
Do you have any funny stories about yourself, or any stories you think the plotters would be interested to hear?
About myself?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or your life, or...
Wish you would ask me this before leaving with the story of Doug, because I'm not going to have anything as interesting.
I don't know.
What kind of story do you want? Motivational or... Got plenty of stories.
What? What's your favourite story about yourself?
Oh, I don't know.
I have a favourite story about yourself.
About myself?
Yeah.
Go on.
When you got kidnapped to a fish and chip shop.
Oh, whoa. That's a touchy subject. That's another story for another day.
Okay.
I'll tell you a story. I'm trying to think of one that would somehow tie in the story of Doug.
I don't think there will be one that would tie in the story of Doug.
Blood stuff. I've got a story for you. I've told you before, I think, but you don't remember any of my stories.
It's not that I don't remember them, it's that some of them sound so outlandish that I have to ask your mum if they're true.
Okay, well, this is an actual true story. And you can confirm with my mother, but she would not know. This is the story of the immortal snake.
Oh, goodness me, I'll ask your dad.
I have told you. So, for a bit of background, my father,
Terry,
is a farmer. Of which variety?
Farmer father.
My farmer father. It's a petting farm. So you can imagine there's a lot of different animals around there. Not just your sheep, your alpacas and your cotamundis, but you've also got things like reptiles and chinchillas and raccoon dogs and all sorts of stuff.
He also sells fantastic ice cream.
Fantastic ice cream. Fantastic. Anyway, one day when I was a kid, and I was very much the reptile boy. That was me, not because I was scaly
that was his nickname, Cammy Reptilian.
Yeah, I did moisturise. I wasn't reptilian myself, but I really liked
the reptiles.
So yeah. I used to go in and we had this one massive like enclosure in the farm which had like a huge snake in it. Huge snake.
Also, just to clarify, I'm also not scaly. That isn't why he's with me.
No.
He's a huge reptilia fan, but I do moisturise. I'm not scaly.
You do moisturise. You're more amphibious. Slimer. like a frog, or not much like a frog, that's a bit insulting. More like a salamander.
Okay.
You're more like salamanderish. Or newtish, like a newt.
Okay.
Little whippet of a thing.
Fine.
So big enclosure. Big snake. It was a boa constrictor, red-tailed, if you ever heard of them. They'll grow to about 12 to 14 feet, fully grown female. This one was a female. Biggest boa constrictor in the world. Not verified, do not check the record books, but we're talking 15 feet, which is huge. It's like 5 doors, the length of 2 doors put together.
Okay.
It's a big snake. I used to go in and sit in the middle of the enclosure, just with the snake going around and just like, well, loving life. Anyway, one awful winter. Oh, this whole reptile room is full of, it's like ran on heating.
Oh, Spencer.
They have to have heated bottoms of the enclosure, especially the big enclosure. And the snake used to chill on the bottom because it was winter and it was a heated bottom. There was an electrical fault due to the snow and, big farm, snow, wind, rain, blizzarding, electrical fault that caused the heating pads to malfunction. And so the snake was largely harmed in doing this. Oh, grossly harmed. The full bottom of it was just burnt, shriveled. So we come down the next day, we see this. Oh, it was a terrible thing. I mean, you've seen my papa and how much he cares for the well-being of those animals.
Oh, I have, yeah. Loves them.
Least we not forget the emu eggs.
Don't.
And how much he cared for those emu eggs.
Oh, that was the sweetest thing I've ever seen.
He pretty much sat on them himself.
Hand raised them.
Yeah.
Well, he did, yeah.
So, and especially for myself, because I love the reptile room and this was the biggest snake in the world.
If the snake had a name?
The name of the snake is Immortal Snake.
Okay.
That's the name of the snake. because that's its story.
But it didn't have a name before that.
It used to have different names before that. It had names for like every animal on the farm
Yeah.
has a farm name and like a real name.
Yeah.
But some of them have
Oh,
both.
like with a dog when you have a kennel club name and then your name.
Yeah, kind of. It's because, you know, kids go to the farm and you can't have like a chinchilla that you called, you know, little bastard. And then you can't be like, come on, kids, see
Little bastard.
little bastard.
Yeah,
But if that name is fitting, that becomes its real name. And then the fake name is like Fluffy or Alvin or Theodore.
Right, chipmunk.
Yeah. So anyway, I was distraught because it was my favourite of all the reptiles. It was my favourite animal in the world. I used to love this snake. Yet, it was still alive.
What?
It was still alive, still slithering about. Just about, but still alive. However, not in a good way. It was never going to recover. So you had to put it down. Like you do with animals
Terence
on
would
the
have been
farm.
destroyed.
Yeah, so it had to be put down, I'm afraid. And the way to put it down is simple. Laws differ all over. Normally you have to like pay a vet to come and do it, and they'll charge you like $2,000.
Yeah.
So what any farmer will do is just shoot it. That's what you do. In America, you get real guns. Here you get like big, strong pellet BB guns. Not BB guns, but like pellet guns. So, and they're hefty. Gun goes to the head. Oh, I can't watch. I'm away. My favourite snake ever. My papa, I swear, as I watched him pull this pellet gun up to the snake's head, he took a moment and I saw a single tear drop down his cheek and he mouthed something.
Oh, he speaks parcel tongue.
I think he speaks parcel tongue.
Wow.
That's exactly the kind of snake we're thinking of. Same size.
Like the one from Harry Potter that escaped the zoo.
Yeah, same size and everything. He says something in parcel tongue. Sounded like, I love you. Sorry. But who knows? Shoots it in the head. Nothing. As in, psst, snake's gone. So then we go off, have some breakfast. Like I said, it's early in the morning. Eat some breakfast. Can't remember what I had for breakfast. Come back. Snake's still moving around.
What?
Is there something wrong? No, it's got a hole in its head. Definitely went through. What? Shoot it again. Once again, another tear drops down. This one a little bit less.
I can imagine.
Bit more parcel tongue. Shoots it again. We go off to do the family duties. You know, feed the animals and all of that stuff. Give a bit of water. Come back. Still alive. Now we have to do something.
I understand the name.
Yeah, we have to do something now that's not. It's frowned upon, but you have to do. Worth mentioning.
Are you out in your dad here?
No. I'm just saying. A lot of people are like, oh, you can't kill an animal. But sometimes you've got to. And this is a farm of vegetarians, by the way. Like
full vegetarian family.
Yes. The whole farm is set up as a sanctuary for animals.
Sanctuary!
Sanctuary! And my dad's been vegetarian for like 50 years plus. I'm going on almost 29 years.
You had it.
That's why I said almost, because I'm 29. But, so very much animal lovers, so it's not easy to do. But sometimes you've got to.
Yeah.
So he grabs an axe, chops its head off.
Oh my lord.
And that's it. No more moving. No more moving. But we can't get rid of it just yet. Normally you like bury it in the muck heap. But now's not the time to be burying snakes in the muck heap. What to do of the day? So we do all the daily chores or whatever. Is what it is. Continue. Nighttime falls. The day's chores get ahead of you as they do. Farming life and all that. We come back and I swear to God, this is the next morning, by the way. Forget about the snake. Go to bed, come back next day. Oh, shizer. Need to bury that snake, buddy.
Yes.
Before anyone goes in and gets a shock of the life. Go into the room in which the snake body was. The reptile room? Yeah, in which it was put. Well, not the reptile room. It's been moved out. You'll just leave a dead snake in the middle as a warning to all the other animals.
Why not?
Move it out of there.
This could be you.
No, but you can't move it into the minage because it's an open farm. So it goes into another room. Go into that room in the morning, and I swear to God, the whole front of the body of the snake is up on its, I guess what you'll call its neck. It's just like this, going around, doing snaky business, but no head.
Oh no, it was chopped off.
Sets over, but the body
it's still moving.
It's like this. And you might have heard, like, the same thing happens with chickens. When they lose their head, they go around for like an hour. Just man.
But this has been like hours.
Yeah, and it's not a chicken.
No, it's a snake.
It's a snake. So it's just slithering around with its body. There's my impression. Lifted up, the creepiest thing ever, but just like an empty. I don't know if you used to ever watch Are You Afraid of the Dark or Goosebumps, but they're like the headless man.
Yeah.
Headless horseman.
Yeah,
Just like that, but no horse.
And no man.
And no man.
It was a snake.
It was a snake. And that is the story of the immortal snake.
What
I know
happened?
what you're wondering before you say it. What happened next? How do you kill a headless snake?
Yeah.
Well, that is another plot for another day. That's what I call a cliffhanger.
Nice. Fun fact, when me and Cameron moved to where we're currently living, we've been here, how long had we been here? A couple of months.
Couple of months.
And we went for a walk down the high street, I suppose we'll call it.
The village.
The village. We'll call it high street.
Okay.
Village makes it sound very pretentious. We're not. We live in North Manchester.
Okay.
Went for a walk down the high street, had a nice time. And then Cameron was like, oh, please, can we go in this shop? Now, I've been avoiding this shop the entire 2 months that we'd lived here because it was a reptile shop. What's it called?
Oh, I can't disclose that information.
Right. That would give everyone where we live.
Yeah.
A reptile shop, right?
Undisclosed name.
Of an undisclosed name. We walk in there.
Oh, let's call it Scales and Tails.
Scales and Tails. We walk in there. Me, absolutely sure that my feet are actually snakes because I'm terrified. Terrified to walk. Terrified to move because I think something's going to crawl on my feet. I'm not a reptile fan. Cameron over here turns around and goes, I've been in here before. This is where we used to get all our snakes for the farm. 2 months we'd walk past the reptile shop. Time and time again. And had not even noticed it.
Didn't even notice. Yeah.
You noticed it, but you just didn't put
What
2 and 2 together.
a shocker that was. And you say all the snakes. We didn't get Immortal Snake from there. Immortal Snake came from an animal auction.
They were.
Way back up in which is in Yorkshire. Used to go to an animal auction. And they would have all the kind of animals that would be around. But you know what an auction is.
I know what an auction is, yeah.
But it came from there.
Oh.
But the person that was selling it, mysterious, with a long black trench coat, a little black fedora, and red tinted sunglasses. And this was always at night. And we said, oh, do you want to come out into the fluorescent lights? And he went, lights, I can't do that.
Wow.
And he had little pokey teeth. Very strange, right? He said, why get rid of this snake? He said, oh, he had like a little bit of an accent. It was like the snake is no good, no blah blah. Like a little kind of almost like a Eastern European maybe kind of voice on him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're getting at.
Vampire.
Oh, I get it.
Blah blah
Blah, 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 blah.
this snake is no good. Transylvanian.
Yeah, I see it.
Romanian.
I understand.
Saying he was
Took me some time.
tinted red glasses to block out the he's a
Sunlight.
vampire.
Yeah.
That's not true.
No, I didn't think it was. But no, that was an interesting story. Thank you.
Did come from the auction, but we never saw the person who sold it. Do you have any stories?
Nothing, but there's a patch on an immortal snake. Absolutely not.
Tell me, what was it like growing up wealthy?
I didn't grow up wealthy.
Have you ever stabbed anyone?
No.
Have you ever shot anyone?
No.
Have you ever been shot?
No.
Have you ever been stabbed?
No.
Anyone broken into your house?
Yes.
Ooh.
Which does not mean I grew up
Was
wealthy.
it Wayne?
What, my ex-boyfriend?
Yeah.
Don't think so, no. I will tell that story. I don't know it all too well because
You blocked it out.
I was a child.
On the memories.
No, so we grew up in a lovely little town or village. I think it's a town now. It was a village when I was there. It was quite some time ago.
And you say it's pretentious for me to say we was walking in the village here. But now you say you're not wealthy, but then you're saying,
no,
oh, I grew up in a village.
Because where we live isn't actually a village. It's just a suburb. I grew up in, we'll call it a town. It's down there in Buckinghamshire, right down south. Got Queen's Country, whatever it is. I don't know. Not Buckingham Palace is not there. Buckingham Palace is in London. Buckinghamshire is not. Anyway, Grew up in it was quiet, quaint, quite safe. It was fine. I mean, similar to Doug. It was a nice neighbourhood, you know?
Oh, so it is very similar
We
to
knew
Doug.
people, we knew our neighbours, we knew everyone that lived on our street. We had like street get togethers. It was nice. It was lovely, lovely little community.
Oh.
And then it's actually a little bit funny, this, isn't it? And then there was one night when we had a dog at the time, a little cross between a Springer and a Cocker Spaniel. She was a Sprocker called Millie. She was adorable, bit chunky, but adorable. And she just went absolutely berserk one night when everyone was asleep, including my mother and dad. My mother and father.
Mummy and Papa.
Mummy and Papa. They were all asleep. Everyone was asleep. Millie started going wild, woke all the house up. So me.
Oh, the house, the massive, all the 6 bedrooms, the guest rooms, they were, the maid's quarters, the West Wing.
The maid was furious.
Bloody
the
hell.
maid was my mum. My dad came downstairs. No, my mum came downstairs and was like, oh my God, what's going on? Maybe she needs the toilet. Because, you know, that probably is a dog owner's first thing. It's, oh my God, they must really need the toilet. So anyway, she opened the back door. Millie ran out and just went that way. Now our garden's like right in front of the door. Small garden. Only an acre. But Millie...
One? Not even a 0?
It wasn't an acre. Millie went this way, which goes to... It was a path which goes to the side of the house, which has a gate. And my mum was like, that's weird. Looked down, gate wide open.
Oh, no.
She was like, what? And then she looked at the door next to the kitchen door that she opened, which goes into the garage. That was also wide open. And she was like, oh my God. So then she was like, Millie, shouting after the dog, going wild. Was not coming back. She had legged it. The dog had legged it. So then Mum went back upstairs, got my dad out of bed and was like, you need to go and try and find Millie. She's run away. She hadn't run away. She was a gun dog. Like, she'd sniffed something. So my dad got up, out of bed, put some clothes on. He didn't go out in his boxies. It's fine. And went off on his way to try and find Millie. Then Mum went into the garage, try and assess the situation. After my dad had checked, there was no one there. And we assumed there wasn't because Millie had not gone there. Checked, see what was missing. Turned out the only thing they'd stolen was my brother's golf clubs that were going to be either his birthday or Christmas present, and he hadn't actually had them yet.
Wait.
Your brother played golf?
Your brother played golf?
You know my brother played golf.
Doesn't anymore.
Yeah, he does.
Your brother?
Yeah.
With a golf stick, club, bat, with a golf bat in his hand.
Club.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
And this is how it started. Well, it clearly didn't. Yeah. So it was an actual confirmed robbery?
Yeah.
Did you ring the security unit?
No, we rang the police. We didn't have a security unit.
And said what? They've stolen.
We've been broken into. Our house has been broken into. We've been burgled. Police came and took a statement. At this point, me and my brother had woke up because we were like, what the hell's going on? There's flashy lights. You didn't see flashy lights back in the little village I grew up in. That was unheard of. They had to come from 2 towns along because we didn't have a police station, you know?
So what I'm getting from this is they broke in.
Stole his golf clubs.
And the only thing they stole was his birthday present. I'm starting to think maybe your mum and dad just didn't get him a birthday present.
No, because they had to give the police the receipt.
No. Did you see the receipt?
I don't know. I was like 7.
Could have been like Santa Claus, could have been your neighbour, just in a police uniform. You know, they've all got him in those villages.
No, it was...
Doing the old show and tell.
It was a real robbery, and it was actually a fright. Like, there was a good few nights that all of us, including my dad, were like, I don't know if you want to live here anymore because someone's broken into our house. Like, it feels weird. Sure, I have more interesting stories about my life, but you asked if I've been burgled, and I said, yes.
I know, it's a very interesting one.
That's the plot. That's the plot. That's the plot.
I've heard
That's
it.
the plot.
Okay.
That's the plot.
Yeah, I've heard it now.
That's the plot.
Yeah, thanks very much.
That's the plot.
Yes, I know,
That's
I've heard
the
it.
plot. That's the plot. La la la.